How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. We're going to be working on the 2013 Jeep Grand Cherokee today. Emphasis on Grand, a little bit more on that later. But if you're new to the channel, I recently picked this Jeep up. It's had a ton of problems, but we've been slowly fixing them here and there when we have free time. It's a, as I said, 2013. It has the 5.7 liter V8, four-wheel drive is the Overland edition, and it has a ton of problems. These Jeeps are kind of known for not being the most reliable, but I got a really good deal on it, so I went ahead and picked it up. So in my free time, like I said, I've been kind of just sprucing it up here and there. Today we're going to be replacing the PCV valve. These can go bad. They usually last about 100,000 miles. Usually you know when they start going bad because they'll either start whistling. There's a little bearing which you can hear. Usually if you take your PCV valve and it doesn't rattle like that, then you know it's bad. But I have a slight oil leak, which PCV valves can lead to an oil leak. Mine's a little bit worse than what a PCV valve would do, but whenever I was checking on mine, which I can go ahead and show you guys, first thing you want to do is just go ahead and pop this cover off. They're super simple to work on. Go ahead and set that out of the way. Your PCV valve is going to be right here on top. Usually just turn it counterclockwise. Sometimes you have to use a pliers, which I can go ahead and show you guys, which I had to do the first time. But sometimes you have to put pliers on there. The first time I did this, I actually had to, just be careful with it. But whenever I took this out, if you guys notice, I have an O-ring right here, but there should be another one up top. Mine still rattles, so it still should be good, and this may have been replaced at one point, but I'm actually missing one of the O-rings, which we can compare to the new one to kind of show you guys. Let me go ahead and take this out. Alright, hopefully you can see a little bit better now. This is the new PCV valve. So we have an O-ring at the bottom and we have one up top. Here's the old one. You can see how this O-ring is kind of just flattened and distorted, and we're completely missing the one at the bottom. So definitely just want to go ahead and replace it. If you guys are curious, I am putting a gate in it, part number EMH918. These usually run about $30 to $40 depending on which website you go to. I also went ahead and picked up a Moly oil pan gasket because that oil leak I showed you, I know is not all coming from the PCV valve. Like I said, the PCV valve, if it does go bad, you'll either consume oil, leak a little bit, or you'll actually get oil on your air filter as well. So that's why I went ahead and checked mine. Noticed the O-ring is bad, and that's why we were replacing it. Funny story about this one is, it actually says on here for a Dodge truck, which I also do have a Dodge truck, but as you guys probably know if you're watching this and you're on mechanical work, these kind of are in the same family tree. But this part number is OS32400. And it is the correct part number for a 2013 Grand Cherokee OS32400 oil pan gasket. So this Moly oil pan gasket will be for a different video. Today we're just going to be worrying about putting this new PCV valve back in because it's a quick, simple thing to do. I've seen where some guys say that dealerships will charge you north of $250 to change this out. But before we put this back in, we want to go ahead and put a little bit of oil, if it'll focus, a little bit of oil on the O-rings. That way we're not putting it in dry back into its little slot here. So we'll just go ahead and grab some oil, put on these O-rings, and we'll go ahead and slap it in. Alright, we have our oil on the O-rings. Notice these little nipples on the PCV valve, and notice the little ramp right here. When we go to put this back into place, you kind of want to put those arrows on top of the ramp and kind of ride the ramp down on both sides. And you should meet up back right here with those arrows. So try to do this with one hand, kind of push down. Might have to grab my pliers. Yeah. And you kind of just want to ride, like I said, that ramp down. And you should pretty much end up back where you started when you took the old one out. Yeah, that's how simple it is to change those PCV valves out. Pretty much everything on the Jeep so far, knock on wood, has been pretty easy to replace. One of the main things I still have left to do besides the oil leak is actually changing out these wheels and tires. If you guys seen the last video, these things are pretty bad dry rotted and they really need to be replaced. I thought I got lucky. One of my buddies has a Wrangler and he just lifted it and put wheels and tires on it, but his stock wheels were 17s. And when we went to put the 17s on here, I guess my Grand Cherokee has a HD brake package. So as you can see, these wheels are 20s, and the clearance even between the 20 and the caliper is pretty tight. So when we put the 17s on here, they're actually rubbing up against the caliper. I guess to fit a 17 on this Grand Cherokee, you pretty much have to change the pads, caliper, the whole thing. So I don't want to do all that or have to worry about all that. So now I'm looking for a set of 18s. I thought I got lucky with these back here, and that's why I was kind of emphasizing Grand Cherokee at the beginning of the video, because when I bought these, the lady told me they came off of a Cherokee, a Jeep Cherokee obviously, and I thought the Cherokee and the Grand Cherokee were pretty much the same thing, and I was mistaken. These lug pattern, it is 5 lug just like my Grand Cherokee, but they're 5 by 110 I want to say, and mine on the Grand Cherokee are 5 by 5. So now I'm looking for another set of wheels and tires for the Grand Cherokee, and that'll be one more thing checked off the list. So now I've got to sell these and find another set of wheels and tires, but it's no biggie. But as usual guys, I hope you guys are enjoying the Jeep content. Thank you guys always for watching, and we will see you in the next one.